get back to winning football if we can. Our defense is balling, though. I got to say, how's our defense 87, but our offense is number 2, and our defense is 31st? Make it make sense for me.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features Josh Jacobs. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Broncos and the Huskies on Monday night.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. But tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the Huskies of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cariocas, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start them out. Has them at the 45 already. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 21 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Another run. Again, it's Dallas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Back to throw. Pull. That one taken in by T. Higgins. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. Dallas up the middle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Looking to throw. Pull. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. When you look at this Bronco defense, and right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Pull. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Dallas. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw again. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they'll have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Knight, and it's a good one. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To throw from his end zone. Swift, Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Straight ahead running. Here's Dallas. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. You look at this Bronco defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Looking to throw. Poole. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their
Let's
first
go.
round
That's
pick
what I like
this
to
year.
see.
Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They'll run on first down with Dallas. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Dallas. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Poole. And it's caught. Touchdown. Allen Robinson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Huskies put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball.
The rookie can ball.
The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Slayton going to take it from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So the Broncos coming out now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Swift under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
The defense is starting to click.
Back to throw. Swift. And Thomas has it. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Where's this even been
Panthers'
off
nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Swift. He finds his man. Complete. It's Brewer. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st down, it's man. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to throw. Swift. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Pull. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match. And maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
From the gun on 3rd down, Swift working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4. Looking to throw. Swift. And this will be incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On second down, a run with Dallas. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They need 2. Here's third down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
This is taken at the 18. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And they will take over first and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Off the play fake. Swift, same target. It's Jacobs again. And he goes out right around the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. On first and 10, Poole. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. Here's second and 10. Operating from the gun. Poole. Short pass to Howard. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. From the gun on 3rd down. Poole. That is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Let's go.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown.
That's how we do it, baby, every time.
42 yards. And the Huskies will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. And no run back here for Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Yeah, after them, we got them dogs on.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Dancing to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This is caught. It's Woods. Now a timeout signaled for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On first down, Swift. He gets it to Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Santos' kick is up and through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Mac Jones, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills.
Everybody in my division is winning.
Hurts,
That's what we're doing now.
leading the way there, as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Short pass to Howard, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Pulled in at the 24. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
Oh, my God.
It's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 3.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Back to throw. Swift.
Let's go.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they have regained the lead. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. This one's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Poole. Man open is Robinson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On the handoff, it's Dallas. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Off play action. Poole. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
He finds Howard complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle. And they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The kick by Elliott is good, and they have regained the lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no run back here for Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have the Broncos first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
A handoff. Jacobs running to the left. And a pretty good burst there as he goes across midfield and down to the 46. 99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 more there and another first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now and climb real estate after that last run, found his spot, and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Once again, it's Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Off the play fake. Swift. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
Looking to throw. Swift. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Operating from the gun. Swift.
Why didn't the same play?
Runs for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Linebacker trash.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
A linebacker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Rio offense set to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 32 that time. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the give, this is Dallas.
Let's go.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pull. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Looking to throw. Pull. And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back to throw. Pull. Devontae Parker, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Huskies are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Slayton going to take it from the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Operating from the gun. Swift.
Nice.
He had a man missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now the Rio offense set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They go play action here on first down. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Parker in motion right. And they'll run it here. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. The offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, this will be Dallas. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Looking to throw. Poole. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Poole. Nice. Taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and a yard.
At the 22-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They'll run with Dallas. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to throw. Poole. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Yetur Gross-Matos, his 2nd sack of the night.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Third down throw, and misses the target, incomplete.
And that drive's going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said, enough of that.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And no run
Hello,
back
Miss
here
Lady.
for
How are you?
Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs.
Oh my God.
He goes right side. He may go. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Rio offense about to set up shop once again. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Throwing to start the drive. Boom. Short pass to Howard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Boom. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2. Pull.
Oh my God.
Throw, but incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
You can't stop the run, so this is going crazy.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. To throw on 2nd down. Swift. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close.
That was terrible play call on our part. cornerback and our middle linebacker. And we got to play the Broncos again. That's crazy. Bell pill. All right, let's try this again.
It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Broncos rock it off quarterback. He's coming off a quality showing last week, well over 300 yards in that one. It's the Broncos and the Huskies, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Huskies of Rio de Janeiro. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rio de Janeiro team. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Swift. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Back to throw. Swift. Short throw. It's Higbee. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. A first look here for DJ Dallas.
Here we go.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Pull. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. When you look at this Bronco defense, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
That was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll run on first down with Dallas. Down inside the 40. This defense for the Broncos, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Well, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Off the bootleg. Pull. Here's Higgins out on the right side. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Straight ahead running. Here's Dallas.
There you go, Dallas.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 yards there. First down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. That was Eddie Jackson on the safety blitz, dropping the quarterback. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
The It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers.
What?
But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
To throw on third down. Poole.
Let's go.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Huskies are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And no run back here for Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. To the 43, second down. When you look at this defense, right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Here's 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, Swift. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on first down. Swift. Open middle downfield is Woods. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 34.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that.
They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. On 1st and 10, pull. And he rifles one incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Throwing again. Pull. Short pass to Howard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He dropped it on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Dallas up the middle. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Short pass to Howard, and he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's the option. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave him with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Off play action. Swift. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Oh, my God.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Swift over the middle. That's caught by Woods. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw. Swift. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tyler Higbee. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because...
Oh, my God.
It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Did not catch a break.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Swift. And Thomas has it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Running is Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Now 3rd down and 7. Operating from the gun. Swift. And that will be incomplete. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. 3rd and 3.
Somebody make it clear.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, handoff to Dallas.
he's running.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Play calling.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
I don't know how we
From the
have
32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Swift. Short throw. It's Higbee. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Swift. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Short pass to Howard. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Poole to the right side. He's got Parker. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st down, Poole. That's caught by Howard. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who are on top as they've hit halftime. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Keenan Allen, 100 yards receiving on the nose and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Browns locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Now this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Once again, it's Dallas, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Pull. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Off the play fake. Swift. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. This is Thomas. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. Jacobs going to try the middle. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll run on first down. Man. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Swift. He finds his man, complete. It's man. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. A nice job of bringing that in, but why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination between him and the quarterback, because both of them should have seen that room that was available, that space. Stop your route a little bit shorter, put it on him, and let him turn and get upfield.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Now the Rio offense set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Back to throw. Pull. Man open is Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 26 and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On the give, this is Dallas. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Another run. Again, it's Dallas. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw. Pull. This is caught by Robinson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Dallas. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And no run back here for Slayton, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
A little juke, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And able to get this this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. Back to throw. Swift, and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back now here on EA Sports. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. As we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Pull. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
It's complete to Parker, left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Off play action. Pull. Robinson's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Back to throw. Pull. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. From the shotgun, this will be Dallas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pull. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Lloyd drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
They'll get the hook up there to Woods. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. Swift. That'll be caught left side by Woods. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Swift. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Gets past one man, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on because...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Josh Jacobs. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone.
That's a good question, right?
Got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in.
Okay.
And he carries it across the goal line.
My defense is stacked with potential, but they just not coming through with it.
Lead.
I'm chilling. How you doing?
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Throwing to start the drive. Poole looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive
coordinators
are going to test you that way.
Or you got to
so when you see that,
in your house,
the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Denver's offense now set to go. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Throwing on 1st down. Swift. As this complete to Woods. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Just had to make sure.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Swift. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Justin Jefferson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
How much did you do damage
to set up shop once again? They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be taken down, but
what I'm saying, my
before they
offense
work
is
it
fine
across
for the most part.
midfield.
My defense,
So
you can't
first
play
and 10
defense at
now
all.
in
Even
Denver
though
territory.
my defense is
At the
87 overall,
46.
87
The throw here
overall,
caught by
and my
Devontae
offense is only
Parker.
81.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll look to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown. Devontae Parker from 19 yards away. And the Huskies have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You gotta
I said my offense is fine. It's my defense. We can't play defense against anyone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time,
like the average, like
they do actually recover the
my
ball,
all of my offensive, my defensive players are like 80 overall and better. My offensive line, my defensive line, sorry, is like 90 overall.
93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Swift. That is caught.
You know what I mean? Look at that. He was wide open.
But not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
That's just Madden doing Madden things. I can't control that.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Jacobs is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line?
See what I mean? Look, they can't catch no one. They can't tackle no one.
Denver score. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. So that, Charles, his second touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
Santos with the extra point.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Throwing to start the drive. Poole. He finds Parker. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10. Poole. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there.
Nah, that's the thing. This team in this season, they were like at the bottom of the pack, and then all of a sudden they just woke up, and now they're good. At the start of this season, they were like 1-4.
You'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back.
Then they just won 4 in a row.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Huskies are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah,
As you can see,
positive to look at on film, but
I am.
this one's over.
But as you can see, like my team has no problem scoring the ball. My offense is fine. My defense just can't stop anyone.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive there took 6 plays. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
Oh, sorry. I'm even lower than I thought. Look, my offense is 77 overall. That's everyone on the offense. My defense is 87, but they can't stop anyone. And the current storyline that's going on is my offense is mad at my defense because they're doing what they're supposed to, but my defense is not. My quarterback got offensive player of the week. 27 for 36, 360 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 sacks, 2 carries for 19 yards. So he's doing what he's supposed to. It's just my defense doesn't stop anyone. My quarterback is the third leading quarterback in the league with 65% percentage on his passing, 2,790 passing yards and 22 touchdowns. My defense has to step it up. My defense, let's look. I think my team is like last, I think, I want to say, or 29th. Hold on. Okay, my defense is 28th out of 32 teams. So there's 32 teams in the league. We rank 28th. There's 32 teams in the league, and my team is 5th in offense. We are dead last in defensive scoring. We are dead last in how many yards they let the other team get on us. We're 31 and how much we let them throw on us. We're 29th and how much they are able to run on us. We are 30th in getting turnovers. But we are 10th in scoring. We are 1st in total yards. We're 5th in passing yards. We don't run the ball very well yet, but that's because we keep getting injured. But that's where that goes. Like my offense, I think my offense is pretty good, honestly and truly. It's my defense that just sells us every single time. But we're gonna get it together eventually. But either way, I'm about to come right back. I'm not taking a long time. I'm gonna come back and do like an hour of Tekken. But I'm gonna leave this here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's watching, everyone who's lurking. I want to say first shout out I want to give is to Miss Ladish, the Silverhead guys, Miss Ladish. I appreciate you coming through modding and keeping me company. I want to give a shout out to Godfrey for coming through, always showing love. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm gonna be right back with Tekken. Kind of upset though, real talk, because my computer died today, so that's not a good thing. But not this computer, but my personal computer. So there's that. I got to get another one. But either way, that's neither here nor there. I appreciate you all. Later. I'll be right back.